Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video on the channel. Appreciate you liking the previous one and then coming on to this one. I appreciate that. Today I'm sitting down and talking with Lucy Hunt. Lucy is an actor, artist. She's written one of her own short films, 1NS, short for One Night Stand. She's also kind of produced it as well. All round incredible actor. She's probably one of the actors that I've worked with the most as an AD and as a director. All round fantastic creative artist, actor, and a really good friend. And today I wanted to talk about drama school. Is it worth it? Should I consider applying it? I meaning just generally, what is drama school all about? What to consider when applying? Why should I apply? What to expect when applying? And once I'm there, what should I sort of expect and how should I treat it mentally? Lucy is currently studying at a drama school named Drama Studio London, and I thought it's only fair that we sat and talked about the whole story, the whole process, what it's like and what to think about. Hope you find it useful. So, Lucy, should I apply to drama school?
I don't know if you should necessarily. I think you're doing pretty well by yourself. I think, I don't know, I applied for drama school for the first time when I was still at school, and I didn't get in. I didn't even get past the first round for any of them. And it is quite a brutal process, probably the most brutal auditioning process I've ever done.
Damn.
So for some people, maybe that's quite a big deterrent, but that is something that is amazing to push through and to come out the other side for sure. And then I took a year break because I thought that maybe my confidence couldn't take it that year. And I'm glad that I did, because the past 2 years before I started drama school were incredible. Like, there's nothing wrong with taking a year or 2 or 3 out, because I've made incredible contacts that, you know, I work with still, and it's amazing, and I wouldn't change it for the world now. But having said that, the past 3 weeks or 2.5 that I've been at drama school have been incredible. It's
Good.
just amazing. It's amazing to be in a room full of people that just care about something as much as you do, and you all have such support for one another and such like a tunnel vision for the end goal that you want to achieve. And it's just incredible to have each other to, you know, propel you up when you're feeling a bit low, or if you're not quite sure about something, you feel a bit out of bounds or like uncomfortable. You've got an incredible support network around you to kind of help you through, because you're all going through the same thing. I definitely think that people should research the drama schools they audition for. I took my first year of auditioning as kind of a way of figuring out where I wanted to go, because you really need to, obviously it's a bit difficult at the moment, but it really does change your perspective when you actually go to the school and you meet a couple of the staff members and the students, and you think, really, like, it is really true what they say, like, not every drama school is for you.
True.
I love the school that I'm at. It was my top choice when I finished my audition process this year.
What drama school's that, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
at Drama Studio London in
Lovely.
Ealing.
Oh, okay, that's
And
nice.
yeah, it's an incredible little spot, and they also have Met Film School right across the road.
Exactly.
So
And
it's
Ealing
basically,
Studios.
yeah, and Ealing Studios right across the road. It's basically just a massive little borough of like actors
Film
and filmmakers,
goodness. Yeah.
and yeah, and musical theatre kids as well everywhere. Um, so yeah, I think I just have found the school that was best for me, and I got
Yeah.
really lucky in that they wanted me to.
Why would I want to go for drama school if I'm an aspiring actor, for example? A film school, I feel like that's a separate conversation, but with drama
Mm,
school, I feel like it's a bit of a different dynamic. If I'm an aspiring actor,
yeah.
why was it drama school for you? Why not just start working on in random projects?
Um, I think personally for me, I when I used to work on projects, I would love it and it would be incredible. But I always felt a bit, you know, like I was just treading water. Like I was kind of making it as up as I went along and thinking, oh my God, is everyone actually buying that? I know what I'm doing. That's kind of that's really good, but I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just guessing. Um, and as an actor, probably the worst thing you can do is second guess yourself. So I kind of always knew that I needed someone to really take a look at me and be like, this is what you need to work on. and this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And also just having a structure in my life, I think, is really important to the way that I work, for sure, because I can get quite lazy with being an actor, because an actor is a muscle. Like, you have to train, you have to retrain and keep going to classes and doing the work that you need to do as an actor. It's not just, you turn up and you do your job. Like, there's extra work that needs to go on.
Definitely preparation
And
involved.
yeah, for sure. And drama school is really in only like 3 weeks I've been here, because I have my classes all separated into like voice and speech and Stanislavski and characterization and storytelling, and having those very clear structures, but also having the classes overlap a bit so they kind of complement each other, is really helpful to just get an all-round professional training that I think I definitely needed. And if it'll make me feel more comfortable when I turn up to a job or go on set, and I feel like, what, I've got a toolbox of things that I know that I can rely on if I'm suddenly in front of camera and freak out, then I will be very happy. And that was probably the main reason that I was like, yeah, drama school's for me. So if anyone's thinking that maybe they think training would be good for them, then drama school is definitely the way to go for it. But obviously there's plenty of other options. There's short courses, there's evening classes if you've got a job and you just can't really work around it, or you feel like you don't want to go back to school, then that's completely understandable as well. And there's so many other options out there. But for an aspiring actor, I think drama school is a very good way to go.
No, that makes sense. And a lot of what you're saying, I think I can personally relate to as well, from like just a creative point of view. Like, the always doubting yourself bit. Like, is this
Yeah, it
legit? Am I?
sucks.
Um,
Yeah.
and I get what you mean about the having a need for structure as well. Because gosh, that's one thing I talked about in the last episode. Just how do you organize your time? And if you're just
Yeah.
left to your own devices, it's a bit mad. So I suppose having some sort of support there works as well. And mentorship, I think, is one of the third points that you touched upon. Having that professional training aspect, someone who's been there, done that, or trained other actors. It's good to sort of have a model that you can at least start with, and then see what bits work for you, what bits don't, and then just like change that model accordingly. But that makes sense. Okay, I have somewhat of an idea as to like why I would want to consider drama schools. You make a great point about every drama school not being for you. So you have to like, as it is with universities, or even like finding a therapist, for example, you need to find the right fit. Um, so let's talk about the admissions process. Talk me through that.
Well, it's expensive, to say the least, would be the first thing I'd say.
Yep.
That's definitely the thing you have to consider most when you're considering applying. If you're wanting to apply to a pretty broad range to kind of see where you're feeling, where you might fit in, you'd have to set aside quite a large amount of money, especially if you don't live in London, for travel. Some auditions work differently, so you may go for the whole day, or you may literally turn up, be there for 15 minutes, and then they send you on your way. And sometimes that can suck when you've spent 50
A
odd
lot of
quid to be
time
there.
and money.
Yeah, and you've traveled, and just everything is quite a stress with the money side of things. But the administration process is basically, you pay some money, and you see the school. Sometimes you literally just walk in the building and you get to have a brief 5-minute tour, or sometimes they'll give you like an actual tour, and then you have to do some monologues. So most schools ask for one contemporary and one Shakespeare, or
Of
like
course.
old fashioned Greek one.
Yeah.
And that's completely your decision.
Sure. So
Sometimes
you
some
have
schools.
time to prepare beforehand.
Oh
It's not like
yeah,
an
for
impromptu
sure.
thing.
Yeah, for sure. You would be preparing your own stuff well in advance. Some schools, I don't know if Central still does it anymore, but when I auditioned for them in 2018, you had to pick from a list of Shakespeare plays. They wanted you to pick from the list that they gave. So make sure you read on the website any specification, because you don't want to turn up on the day with just like the wrong stuff. Like I turned up to my RADA audition this year thinking I only needed one classical and I needed two. And I
Ooh,
discovered that as I was walking in the door, and I had to explain to them why I hadn't read it. And that made me look like an absolute. So just
no way.
read the information, because otherwise you'll just look like a bit of an idiot. Um,
Was that
and
okay
then,
at the end? Like, were you able to? I'm really.
well, I didn't get in,
You
so
know,
I'm. They didn't
they're
recall me.
lost. Do you know what? They're
So I have a
lost.
feeling that maybe it didn't go down so well. um, but yeah, they do pull you up on a lot of that sort of thing. And then you'll do your monologues maybe in front of just a panel of previous students or faculty members.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you do it in front of the other people auditioning,
Mm.
which can be quite daunting. But all I'd say is that everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's just thinking about their own speeches. No
Yeah.
one really cares. No one's watching everyone else. Everyone's just very much thinking about themselves in that respect.
And also, if you're gonna be if you're there to train to be an actor, a performer, anyways, you're gonna have to be comfortable with just
Oh, for
performing in front of an
sure.
audience fairly
Oh, for
quickly.
sure. Yeah, like I have to perform a monologue in front of my whole year in a week's time, and I am
Amazing.
bricking it.
Do you know what
I'm
you're
not
performing?
happy. Sorry?
Do you know what you're performing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a monologue I did during the audition process, so I already know it, but I'm just gonna look at it from a different aspect and maybe try and do it a bit different. But yeah,
Oh, it's
I'm
good.
very scared. My year's about 30 people, and I haven't met half of them because of all the social distancing that's been going on, so I'm very nervous.
Lucy, you'll be fine. I have
Yeah.
all the confidence that you'll be able to ace it. Like genuine. I'm not even just saying this to be nice. You'll be fine.
Thank you. Yeah, so you do have to get comfortable. So
Yes.
maybe that's a good way to throw you in the deep end with that. A
Mm.
lot of drama schools nowadays are doing workshops and improv parts to their audition day just to see how you work in groups, because it's all very well seeing you do a speech, but if you can't respond well to other people and get stuck in and make work with other people, then how are they going to know that you're going to do well in a class environment?
True.
And it's true what they say about drama school. I've had like 2 breakdowns already. I've cried in class. It's a fantastic time.
Yeah, sounds very cathartic. But creatively cathartic. So like all.
It's like going to therapy,
Mm,
but with a massive group of other people.
yeah,
And then taking what you've learned and putting it into acting. It's crazy.
I see that. I see. I mean, to me,
Mm.
that's basically what art is for me anyways. That's
Mm.
how I've approached my filmmaking.
Mm.
But it's what I'm hearing is that drama school is a place that allows you to form that funnel of
Mm.
like, going from like crazy ideas or like,
Mm.
insecurities or questions and doubt, and then
Mm.
funnel it down to art. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure. And it also helps you do it in a very safe way,
Yeah,
I'd say,
yeah.
because
There's that community
channeling
aspect, right?
the community that you have around you is very supportive, but also channeling emotions that you have into art can be sometimes quite a dangerous
True,
process,
true.
where you may unturn some things that probably shouldn't have. So drama school is a very safe environment to
Mhm.
kind of develop those skills and those muscles to make sure that you define yourself a very strong line between channeling those emotions and then reliving them. There's
True,
a very big difference that drama school is very good at teaching you, so that you are keeping yourself safe, which
true.
I say would be a very, very good thing about
I think that's probably one of the strongest points I've ever heard about drama school ever. So
it.
that's a very fair
You're
point.
welcome.
Um, no, that makes a lot of sense. And also, then once you've developed those muscles, you can flex them on a set.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Simple
Get
as that, man.
ready.
Yeah, yeah.
3 years time when I'm in your next film, I will be using
In
those.
my you'll be in my next project like way before that. So we've talked a lot about drama school, right?
Mhm.
Again, I bring it back to this. I'm an aspiring actor thinking of applying to drama school. What are like your quick like points of advice or guidance, or like as someone who's been through the process, who's currently at drama
Mhm.
school, what would you tell me?
I would tell you I'm going to tell you 5 things. I'm going to say prepare yourself for rejection massively in a way that you've never experienced it before, because they will be brutal about it, and that's just part of being an actor, and I think that will train you to kind of get used to it.
True.
I'd say at the audition, you're most likely, unless you make incredible friends, never going to see the people in the room again, or maybe at another audition, but you're there for yourself more than anything, and you've got to put yourself first in safety terms, but also in terms of, you know, if you want to take a risk, that's on you and you shouldn't be embarrassed about it. When you get there, I'd say breathe. I sometimes
Very
catch
important.
myself in class and I'm like, I haven't taken a breath in a very long time because I'm just stressed out, like trying to take notes, trying to take everything in, trying to be the best I can be. Just breathe. Everything, if you breathe, everything just becomes so much easier. Number 4, I'd say pack snacks. I get so hungry during the day and like you're in class and you're like, do you think if I open this wrapper, like it will make a really bad noise and I can't eat my snack? So I say pack snacks. And then number 5, I'd say kind of back to what I said before, you know, you have the supportive community for sure, but everyone is focusing so much on themselves, as you will be, that if you take a risk or you fluff up in class, no one's going to remember it because everyone's so busy thinking about them damn selves. Like is a day, if you have a bad day, it's a bad day. It's not a bad, it doesn't have to be a bad week. Or if you have
True.
a bad class, it doesn't mean that that class is suddenly the worst class ever and you never
that it's not something that defines you.
No, not at all. And I think like you are what I was stressing out right before I went to drama school, and my boyfriend just turned to me and he was like, what's it called? And I was like, it's called drama school. And he was like, exactly, school. Like, you're there to learn. They don't want you to turn up and be this perfect actor.
Amazing.
They want to teach you.
They want you to learn.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not expecting you to turn up and be incredible. They've taken you on board because they see the potential and they want to help you.
Yeah.
So don't stress out.
It's not about starting at like 100. It's about that progress. How steep is that progress, rather than like, there's no point in having like a steady like curve, like line. Like that's not the point, that when there's no progress. So try to make it, doesn't matter where you're starting from, just make sure that learning curve is as steep as possible. That's a very good point.
100%.
I think those are very, very, very good points. And I'm almost tempted to like just end it here. Just because of how beautiful it was. But okay, one last thing before, and like make it 30 seconds, right? And this could be related to drama school, but one question I love to ask everyone is how do you keep faith as a creative?
With the people that I work with.
Boom. I love that. Lucy, thank you so much. You've been so wonderful. This was a lovely chat.
Oh, this is so nice.
I hope people watching this like find some sort of like value and like some sort of guidance. You've been very useful, but like I've been like very informed.
You're applying for drama school.
Yeah, I'm applying for drama. Yeah, exactly. Radha, better watch out. All of that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Lucy. Take care. Much love. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
All right. That was the episode with Lucy Hunt. Again, she is an absolutely incredible person. We could have talked for a very long time, but I'm sure we'll have her again for another episode very, very soon. If you like what you heard and if you thought there was some sort of value in any of this, feel free to let me know, comment down below, share, subscribe, all of that beautiful jazz. I'd like to thank Lucy again once so much for taking time out and talking about drama school. I found it really useful and it was a great insight. I hope you did too. And if you have been, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.